breathing, so effortless, so constant, so overlooked. It is the first act of life and the last, a silent rhythm playing in the background of our existence. Yet, in the space between one inhale and the next, an untold secret lingers, waiting to be remembered. We have been taught that breath is nothing more than oxygen exchange, a biological necessity to keep the body alive. But this is the first illusion that must be shattered. Because breath is more than air, it is energy, it is emotion, it is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. And for those who understand its power, it is a doorway to transformation. Look around. The world is restless. People rush through their days, consumed by distractions, tethered to stress, lost in the noise of their own minds. And yet, within them, a force more powerful than any external stimulant flows unnoticed. It is there, moving through the lungs, circulating through the body, whispering in its silent language, but almost no one listens. The forgotten power of breath is not an abstract philosophy. It is a living truth. Ancient civilizations knew it, honored it, shaped entire spiritual traditions around it. The sages of India, the mystics of Tibet, the scholars of Egypt, the healers of indigenous tribes, all understood that breath was far more than survival. It was a force of alignment, expansion, and awakening. For thousands of years, breath was regarded as sacred, a direct conduit between the human and the divine. In Hindu traditions, it was called prana, the life force that animates existence. The Taoists of China spoke of qi, the breath of the universe flowing through all things. The ancient Greeks used the word pneuma, meaning both breath and soul. The Egyptians believed the gods gifted breath at birth and reclaimed it in death. But then came the distractions of the modern world. A world that values speed over stillness, noise over presence, consumption over awareness. Somewhere along the way, we forgot. We abandoned the wisdom of breath and turned to artificial stimulants. Caffeine to wake up, alcohol to slow down, screens to distract. And yet, the true source of power, of clarity, of deep presence, was never outside of us. It has been within us all along, carried with every inhale and exhale. What happens when we ignore this power? Stress tightens the chest. Anxiety shortens the breath. Fatigue drains the body. And without even realizing it, millions of people are walking through life starved of oxygen, starved of energy, starved of presence. But there is another way. Most people assume emotions shape breathing. Fear makes it shallow. Anger makes it sharp. Relaxation makes it deep. But what if the reverse were also true? What if, by changing how you breathe, you could change how you feel? Science confirms what ancient traditions knew. Breathing directly influences the nervous system. There are two dominant forces at play, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Shallow, rapid breathing fuels the sympathetic system, the fight or flight response. It floods the body with cortisol, tightens muscles, quickens the heart. It is the breath of stress, of fear, of survival. Deep, slow breathing activates the parasympathetic system, the state of rest, recovery, and clarity. It releases calming neurotransmitters, lowers blood pressure, and restores balance. It is the breath of peace, of presence, of control. Which one are you living in? It takes just 1 minute of conscious breathing to shift from a stressed state to a calm one. This is not mysticism. This is biology. Yet, most people let their breath be dictated by their emotions rather than using their breath to dictate their emotions. But there is something even more profound, hidden in the spaces where breath begins and ends. The pause, that fleeting moment between inhalation and exhalation, where time seems to hold its breath alongside you. In that pause, there is silence. In that silence, there is access to intuition, to clarity, to something beyond thought. The Vijayanathara Tantra, an ancient yogic text, speaks of this moment as a portal to transcendence, the state where the mind quiets and higher awareness emerges. Monks, mystics, and seekers throughout history have used this space to touch something beyond the ordinary mind, a place where insights rise without force, where the illusion of limitation dissolves. How many answers have been missed simply because the world never taught you to listen to the silence between breaths? Perception is shaped by more than the mind. It is shaped by breath. Change the way you breathe, and the world itself seems to shift. A slow, deep breath sharpens awareness, making details stand out, making time feel more expansive. A rhythmic breath balances energy, creating a sense of effortless flow where actions align with intuition. An elevated, controlled breath makes everything feel more alive, more connected, more vibrant. This is why breath work has been a foundational practice across spiritual traditions. It is not just a means to relax. It is a way to access higher states of being. But most people will never experience this because they remain trapped in shallow, unconscious breathing. You do not need to learn to breathe. You need to remember how to breathe with intention. To remember that breath is more than air. It is energy. It is power. It is the key to shaping your inner and outer world. To remember that within each inhale, there is potential. Within each exhale, there is release. And in the space between, there is awakening. This is just the beginning. Because once you understand that breath is not just something that happens to you, but something you can control, harness, and refine, you begin to realize that you are not just surviving. You are creating. In the next segment, we will go deeper. We will explore why breath is the missing piece in manifestation. Why every affirmation, every visualization, every desire struggles to materialize without it. And how breath is the key to speaking the language of the subconscious mind. But first, breathe. Feel the air as it moves in and out. Notice the rhythm, the depth, the quality of each inhale and exhale. Because once you start noticing your breath, you will never be able to ignore it again. Everything is energy. Science, spirituality, and ancient wisdom all converge on this truth. The universe itself hums with frequency, and every thought, every emotion, every action shapes the vibration you emit. This vibration is what draws experiences toward you. It is the unseen force behind manifestation. But here's the part almost no one talks about. Your breath is the fastest way to shift your frequency. Manifestation is not just about thinking the right thoughts. It's not just about repeating affirmations or visualizing desires. It is about alignment, about stepping into the state where your internal world and external reality mirror each other perfectly. And breath? Breath is the bridge. Most people try to manifest from a place of mental chaos, rushing thoughts, subconscious doubts, residual stress. They think they are calling in abundance, but their energy tells a different story. They ask for love, but their nervous system is locked in survival mode. They envision success, but their breath remains shallow and restless, mirroring hidden resistance. This is why so many struggle with manifestation. They are thinking abundance while their breath is signaling lack. They are saying they are ready while their body remains trapped in tension. Your subconscious doesn't listen to words. It listens to states. And the fastest way to change your state is to change your breath. You are always broadcasting a signal, whether you realize it or not. That signal is your energetic signature, the vibrational state you exist in at any given moment. A stressed breath sends out a frequency of resistance. A restless breath carries the vibration of uncertainty. A slow, deep, rhythmic breath resonates with calm confidence, the frequency of manifestation. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. This is where breath work becomes the missing piece in manifestation. Because the way you breathe doesn't just reflect your internal state, it creates it. By shifting your breath, you shift your energetic frequency, aligning with the reality you desire before it even arrives. The common belief in manifestation is that thoughts create reality. But thoughts alone are fleeting. They come and go, shifting from hope to doubt in an instant. What actually shapes your reality is the energy behind the thought. Think about this. You can say, "I am abundant," 1,000 times. But if your breath remains shallow and unsteady, your body is broadcasting fear. You can visualize your dream life, but if your breath is stuck in stress mode, your nervous system is still locked in limitation. You can mentally affirm confidence, but if your breath is fast and erratic, your subconscious feels the opposite. Your breath anchors the energy of belief. It transforms an affirmation from mere words into an embodied truth. This is why deep, controlled breathing shifts manifestation results dramatically. It stabilizes the nervous system, calms mental resistance, and programs the subconscious to accept your desires as reality. If you want to attract effortlessly, you must first become a match for what you seek. This is the foundation of all manifestation. You don't chase love, you become the frequency of love. You don't force abundance, you breathe in the energy of abundance. You don't beg for success, you embody the presence of success. And breath is the fastest way to embody a new state. The way you breathe anchors you to a timeline. Every timeline exists right now. Versions of you living in struggle, joy, lack, or abundance. Each timeline has a frequency, and each frequency has a breath pattern attached to it. When you breathe as your future self before the reality arrives, you collapse time. You pull that future into the now. This is why manifestation techniques often fall short. They rely on thoughts and words without addressing the nervous system, the body, and breath. Your mind can tell the universe one thing, but if your breath is not in alignment, your signal is distorted. You must breathe as if it is already done. Your subconscious mind is wired for survival, not for infinite expansion. This is why manifestation often feels like an uphill battle. Your deepest desires may contradict the safety your nervous system has been conditioned to seek. You want wealth, but your body is conditioned to associate money with stress. You want love, but past wounds have programmed you to fear vulnerability. You want freedom, but your nervous system is wired for control and certainty. If your breath remains in a stress pattern, your body clings to what it knows: limitation, hesitation, and resistance. But when you breathe deeply and intentionally, you interrupt these old patterns. You send a new message to the subconscious. It is safe to expand. It is safe to receive. It is safe to step into the unknown. This is why breath work is a manifestation accelerator. It tells your body that your new reality is not a threat. It is a natural evolution. The universe does not speak in words. It speaks in vibration, energy, and rhythm. And breath is rhythm. When you breathe with intention, you are aligning with the universal pulse, the flow of creation itself. In Hindu traditions, breath is prana, the life force that moves through everything. In Taoism, breath is qi, the energy of existence. In the Kabbalistic teachings, breath is the sacred ruach, the breath of God. Every spiritual tradition knew this. Breath is manifestation. You breathe in life. You breathe out creation. Every inhale is an invitation. Every exhale is a release. And in that cycle, reality is shaped. By now, you understand why breath is the missing key in manifestation. You see why thoughts alone are not enough. Why affirmations without breath are just words. Why visualization without embodiment lacks power. Now, it is time to breathe with purpose, to use breath as a tool for accelerating manifestation. In the next segment, we will go beyond theory and into practice. You will learn a powerful breathing technique, the 111 breaths method, inspired by ancient wisdom, designed for modern transformation. This method is more than just breath work. It is a manifestation ritual, a way to reprogram your subconscious mind while breathing as your future self. Get ready, because once you learn to breathe this way, you will never manifest the same way again. Breath is the unseen force that carries you from moment to moment, shaping not just your body, but your state, your energy, your presence in the world. You've come to understand its power, not just as a function, but as a force of creation. But knowledge alone is not enough. It is through practice that breath becomes more than air. It becomes intention, a way to shape the reality you step into. The method you are about to experience has been passed down for thousands of years, originating in the ancient teachings of the Vijayana Bhairav Tantra. For the sages who practiced it, breath was a tool for expansion, a gateway to deeper states of consciousness. a means of dissolving the barriers between self and the infinite. Though its original purpose was not tied directly to manifestation, we are going to combine it with a process that aligns the subconscious mind with intention, breathing as your future self before that reality has even arrived. This is not just breath work. It is a ritual, a way to imprint the frequency of what you seek into your very being, making it so natural, so real, that the external world has no choice but to follow. Before you begin, the body and mind must be prepared. Find a quiet place where distractions dissolve into silence. Sit comfortably, feeling the weight of your body settle, your spine lengthen, your shoulders release. Close your eyes. Allow the rhythm of your breath to slow, feeling each inhale draw energy in, each exhale letting go of whatever is not needed. Take a moment to decide what it is you are calling in. Maybe it's abundance, a new opportunity, inner peace, clarity, expansion. Whatever it is, allow yourself to hold it in your awareness, not as a distant wish, but as something inevitable. Let a simple phrase emerge, an affirmation that reflects this reality. I am already living my dream life. I attract everything I need effortlessly. I am abundant. Keep it short. Keep it powerful. Keep it present. This is the seed you are about to plant. The breath work begins. A slow, deep inhale through the nose, filling the lungs for 4 steady seconds. A pause, holding the breath for 7, feeling the energy settle, as if time itself slows in this moment. Then a long, controlled exhale through the mouth for 8 seconds, releasing tension, clearing space. Again and again, the rhythm takes hold, the body falling into its natural intelligence, the mind growing quiet. This cycle continues for 111 breaths, or as many as feel right for you. The number is not the point. The state it creates is. As the breath deepens, something shifts. Thought fades into the background. The nervous system softens. The external world feels distant, as if reality itself bends inward. And now, as you hold the breath in that still moment before release, you bring the vision of your future self into focus. Not as an idea, but as something already unfolding. See it vividly. The details, the colors, the way it feels to exist in that reality. Notice how your body feels in this vision. Calm, certain, powerful. Let it take shape, not through force, but through presence. Let the breath carry it deeper. With each inhale, you step further into this self. With each exhale, you release the barriers that have kept it at a distance. There is no need to question whether this works. The subconscious does not respond to doubt. It responds to immersion. It cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. And right now, in this breath, you are not imagining. You are experiencing. You are breathing as the version of you who already has what you seek, aligning your nervous system, your energy, your entire being with this reality. The universe does not respond to longing. It responds to certainty. And certainty is cultivated through repetition, through rhythm, through breath. At some point, the mind stops trying. The breath and body move as one, the sensation of effort fading into a kind of effortless knowing. This is when manifestation shifts, from something you are reaching for to something you are simply living. There is nothing left to chase. It is here, the vision, the energy, the feeling of completion. And as the practice comes to a close, the final breaths settle, grounding this new state into your body. The breath returns to its natural rhythm, but something is different now. The energy is different. The mind is clearer. The vibration you carry has changed. Open your eyes slowly, but do not rush back into the distractions of the world. Let the experience linger. Acknowledge the shift, even if it feels subtle. Whisper a thank you, not just to the practice, but to yourself, for allowing it to happen. Smile, even slightly, because something within you already knows. It is done. The work is not in forcing reality to change, but in becoming the version of you who already exists in that reality. Breath is the gateway. The body follows. The external world arranges itself in response. This practice is not meant to be done once and forgotten. It is a tool, a method for realignment, something to return to whenever energy feels off, whenever doubt arises, whenever the mind begins to drift into patterns that no longer serve you. Some will use it in the morning to set the tone for the day. Others will turn to it in moments of uncertainty, using breath to recenter before making decisions, before stepping into new spaces, before calling in something bigger. There is no right or wrong way, only presence, only willingness to allow breath to do what it has always been capable of. You now know what it means to shape reality with breath, not through force, not through waiting, but through embodiment. The breath you take now is the same breath that will carry you into the future, and the choice is always yours. Will you breathe the patterns of the past, or will you breathe as the person you are becoming? You don't have to wait to find out. You can start now. Take a deep breath in. Hold. Exhale. The future you seek is already breathing with you.